In the shadows of cyberspace, a modern wave of criminals have existed for a while now. The successors of yesterday's bank robbers. Instead of masks and guns, they wield keyboards and code. Today's video delves into the realm of digital scammers, where a single click can trigger a virtual heist, making old-school bank robberies seem old-fashioned. We'll explore the parallels between their tactics and those of yesteryear's bandits, uncovering how stolen data and digital currencies have become their prized loot. Join us on a riveting journey through audacious virtual getaways and encrypted digital hostages, where deception thrives and trust is redefined. This is Bank Robberies of the Digital Age. Maybe a better way to understand all of this would be by looking at some of these threats. And a common one is known as ransomware. Imagine finding out that your bank account has been compromised when you wake up one day. You no longer have access to your online banking, your money has disappeared, and your personal information has been stolen. This is a thing ransomware gangs can do to banks. They encrypt their victims' computers using malicious software, then demand a ransom to decrypt them. They also threaten to sell the stolen data on the dark web, where thieves could buy it and use it for fraud, blackmail, or identity theft. And because banks have valuable information and are more likely to pay the ransom, banks are targeted by ransomware gangs. Security experts caution that while paying the ransom may deter future attacks, there is no assurance that the information will remain secure. Additionally, they assert that data recovery may be more expensive than paying the ransom. Another method used by cyber criminals to access financial institutions is phishing. And just like literal phishing, they deceive users into providing their login information using phony emails or websites, which they can then use to access the bank's internal network. Users' computers can become infected by malware from phishing attacks, which can then spy on activities, steal more data, or even harm the system. Attacks involving phishing are extremely frequent and are predicted to rise sharply in the near future. And looking back, phishing attacks in the banking sector rose by about 22% in the first half of 2021, according to Impervia Research Labs. Phishing attacks on financial applications rose by about 38% last year, and some security experts anticipate an increase in phishing attacks. Another attack is the DDoS attack, which stands for Distributed Denial of Service, which refers to an attack that targets a bank's online services by flooding them with a significant amount of erroneous traffic. As a result of server overload, genuine users' valid requests cannot be processed. If the bank is forced to shut down its website or online banking platform, customers may feel inconvenienced, frustrated, and lose trust. The attackers might act out on political activism, retaliation, or extortion. And using DDoS attacks as a ruse for other types of attacks like ransomware or phishing is also possible. But we could talk about this all day and maybe not grasp half of what these attacks can do. So what is some real-life damages that have been caused? In 2016, the financial world witnessed a breathtaking cyber assault that would forever alter the landscape of digital crime: the Bangladesh bank heist. With audacity that defied imagination, hackers attempted a brazen theft of nearly $1 billion from the vaults of the Bangladesh bank, orchestrating their heist from the shadowy corners of the digital realm. Exploiting unseen vulnerabilities, these modern-day bandits infiltrated the bank's inner sanctum, slipping through the electronic cracks with a cunning mix of phishing emails and devious malware. Armed with intricate knowledge of the bank's operations and security protocols, they set their sights on the Holy Grail, the Swift messaging system. With the precision of master forgers, they crafted fraudulent Swift messages that mirrored authenticity, commanding the transfer of colossal sums to distant lands, the Philippines and Sri Lanka. Yet, as their electronic web of deceit began to shimmer, a simple typo within a transfer request sent shockwaves through the world of cybercrime. In a tale that played out like a technological thriller, financial institutions detected the anomaly and sounded the alarm. Swift action ensued, unraveling the audacious plot. Although their ambitions were grandiose, their greed would be their undoing. The majority of their stolen treasures were thwarted, but they managed to abscond with $81 million. The aftermath was a wake-up call for the banking world, revealing the ominous potential of cyber warfare. This saga of virtual thievery underscored the urgent need for impenetrable cybersecurity defenses. It ushered in an era of heightened vigilance as financial institutions worldwide bolstered their digital ramparts against the relentless tide of cyber threats. But if you thought that was big, JP Morgan will surely shock you. In 2014, the financial landscape of the United States was shaken to its core by the infamous J.P. Morgan Chase hack. Among the towering giants of the banking realm, J.P. Morgan Chase fell victim to a cyber onslaught that exposed the personal underpinnings of approximately 76 million households and a whopping 7 million small businesses. The architects of this digital incursion, widely suspected to have connections to Russia, executed a masterful breach that punctured through the formidable defenses of the bank. Names, addresses, and sensitive financial data were laid bare in a breach of unparalleled magnitude. This watershed event revealed the chilling reality that even the most impenetrable financial fortresses could be breached, forcing institutions into a critical reevaluation of their cybersecurity architectures. The J.P. Morgan Chase hack served as a definitive reminder that the guardians of modern finance must forever be vigilant against the ever-evolving forces lurking in the shadowy realm of cyberspace. And this was not the end. Between 2013 and 2016, the financial world witnessed a series of audacious cyber assaults orchestrated by the Carbanak group. This criminal collective, cloaked in a shroud of digital anonymity, executed a relentless campaign against banks across the globe, employing a symphony of sophisticated malware to breach the impenetrable walls of financial institutions. The Carbanak attacks were a symposium of technological warfare, where lines of code held the power to bypass traditional safeguards. Their infiltration methods ranged from spear phishing emails to infecting websites frequented by bank employees, ensnaring unsuspecting victims in their intricate web of deceit. However, it was their ingenuity and heist execution that set them apart. The Carbanak group harnessed the dark magics of malware to orchestrate ATM jackpotting, a digital alchemy that remotely forced ATMs to surrender their vault's treasures to money mules stationed nearby. This technique transformed unsuspecting ATMs into unwitting accomplices in the grand symphony of cybercrime. As their virtual capers unfolded, the Carbanak group siphoned off staggering sums, amassing fortunes from their electronic heists. Yet, the digital underbelly eventually faced the spotlight as international law enforcement agencies, cybersecurity firms, and affected banks joined forces to track down these modern-day bandits. Later, in 2017, a seismic breach reverberated through the realm of personal financial security, the Equifax data breach. While not a direct assault on a bank, the impact on the interconnected financial ecosystem was profound. Equifax, a credit reporting agency, fell victim to a colossal cyber incursion that laid bare the personal and financial intricacies of a staggering 147 million people. This breach, akin to a digital earthquake, ruptured the very foundation of data privacy. Names, social security numbers, birth dates, addresses, and even credit card details were exposed, turning the lives of millions into open books for cyber criminals. While not an attack on banks per se, the compromised financial data casts a long, dark shadow over the world of personal finance, potentially imperiling the interactions individuals have with banks and other financial institutions. The Equifax breach underscored the delicate nature of the data infrastructure that underpins modern financial interactions. It highlighted the symbiotic relationship between credit agencies, banks, and individuals, a triumvirate on which financial trust is predicated. As the breach's shockwaves spread, it prompted a reckoning in the industry, prompting institutions to reevaluate their data security measures and driving individuals to scrutinize their own financial vulnerabilities. This watershed event served as a chilling reminder that a breach in one part of the financial ecosystem can send ripples of disruption far beyond its immediate impact, accentuating the urgent need for robust cybersecurity practices across all facets of the financial domain. Now you see, we live in a digital world and every technology will always have loopholes. So, how much damage do you think cybercriminals can cause? Share your thoughts in the comments section below, and don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button for more amazing content.